Hello everyone, this is Jyotsna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will see the JavaScript topic mouse events. In our previous tutorial, we have already seen the different events in JavaScript. One of the event in the different event we have seen was mouse events, and there are several types of mouse events also. So here in this tutorial, we will see the detailed types of mouse events with an example. So let's start with different types of mouse events. Here we have given the list. First one is click event, which is the most commonly used event. Then mouse over and mouse out events, and then mouse down and mouse up events, and the last one is mouse move events. Let's see all these events one by one with an example. Let's start with click events. So which is, as I said, it's a types of mouse event, and it is most frequently used event type, and it occurs when a user clicks the left button of his mouse, and we can use these events for the validation, warning, etc., and against this event type. So event handler we are use for this event is on click. Let's see one example. So here I have given an example. We will also run this example at the end of the video. So I have this HTML code. Inside that I have the JavaScript code also with one function which is click event, and we are using this click event on click event handler here on the button, which is a input type button, and the value who's this. So on this on click event, this will call this function we have in JavaScript, which is a click event, and when we click the button on this function, it will give the result as this line, which is this statement. This is the result of on click event. So we'll detail see how it runs at the practical after at the end of the video. First we'll see the different event types, which are mouse event types. The second one is mouse over and mouse out events, which is a type of mouse events, and the event handler which we use for is for mouse over we use on mouse over, and for mouse out we use on mouse out. Here the mouse on mouse over event triggers when you bring the mouse over any element, and on mouse out event triggers when you move your mouse out from the element. So only moving the mouse means this is the mouse which is now pointing at this mouse text. So whenever I bring the mouse over this text, it will trigger that event, and whenever I move the mouse away from the text or away from that element, it will trigger this mouse out event. This is an example for the mouse over and mouse up event, where we have one div property ID, and on which we are using this on mouse over event and passing the function mouse over, which is defined here, and another function on mouse out, which is defined here. So whenever um, on this div we are using our mouse and hovering our mouse over that div id, which is our over me. So whenever I over this my mouse came over this, um, it will go to this function, it will execute this event and go to this mouse over function, and whenever the mouse goes away from that div, then it will trigger this function mouse out. So we will also execute this example. The next one is mouse down and mouse up events. So here the event handler we are using are on mouse down and on mouse up, and mouse down event triggers when the mouse button is pressed over the element. After the pressing the mouse button over the element, mouse down event will occur, and on mouse up the event triggers when the mouse button is released over the element. And there are different event orders we use while using the left and middle mouse button and right mouse button. So for left and middle mouse buttons, we have the event out order are as follows: on mouse down, on mouse up, and on click. And for the right mouse button, we have on mouse button, on mouse up, and on mouse down, on mouse up, and on context menu. So these are the orders to run or to trigger the our mouse down and mouse up events. So this is one example given here for mouse down and mouse up events. So we can execute this example at the end of the video. So next we'll see the mouse move event. So we have the event handler on mouse move for this event, and this event occurs when the pointer moves over an element. So mouse pointer is moving over an element, that time this event occur, and this is the syntax given for this mouse move events. So next we'll see the examples. This is an example for the mouse move event. We can directly go and execute all these examples in the HTML code. So here we have already what I did is already created four examples for four types of mouse events. So this is for the click event. This example, first one is for the click event, which I have copied, which is given here. So we can see that here we have this function click event. I will just quickly run that function, just right click and open. So you can see that this is the title, which is the heading JavaScript event, and this button where which have label who is this. So if I click this event, if I use the left click of my mouse here, so this will trigger the on click event, and it will create the this on click event. It will trigger this one and go to this function and run that function. So the output of this function is this is a result of on click event, so it will display the same result here. This is the very widely used and basic example of on click event. The next we have is mouse over and mouse out events. So let's open it in Notepad. So as I explained before, we have this div id where on this text, if we over the mouse over this, it will trigger this on mouse over function, and we let go of that mouse over that text, it will trigger this on mouse out this event, which will call this function. So let's just open and run this function now. If you see, now we have this heading displayed here, mouse over and mouse out examples. Now whenever we are executing mouse over function or mouse over event, it will show the background color as yellow, and whenever we execute the mouse out function, it will show the background color as blue. So whenever so now we are mouse out function is open here. So whenever I mouse over this um, div object, so it will turn it into blue, because now this one is getting triggered. Mouse over function or on mouse over event is getting triggered. So whenever I mouse over here, it will trigger that function, and whenever I um, move the mouse away from the div that object, then it will turn to blue. So this is an example for mouse over and mouse out events. The third one is mouse down and mouse up events. So here we'll see, here now we also have these two events, mouse uh, down and mouse up. So whenever the mouse down event is called, the function event will occur, and it will give the console message as mouse down event fired, and it will turn the background as red whenever the mouse down event is occurred. And whenever the mouse up event is occurred, it will turn this function event, and it will give this message as mouse up event fired, and it will turn the background color as blue. Let's execute the same function. So now we can see mouse up event is currently fired, and whenever I go and click left click on this box, so it will turn into red because now the mouse down event is triggered here on mouse down. So this is very easy and basic example for mouse down and mouse up events for the JavaScript. Just click, it will turn to red. Just release the mouse, it will turn to the blue. And the last one we have is mouse move event. So here we have taken some box. One box is taken, which is of a height and width at 200 pixels, and the background color is blue. And whenever we hover on the back, so the background color will turn to red. And we have used this mouse move event here when we have added the event listener for this box as mouse move, and the function is event. Whenever I move the mouse over that box, it will use the x and y position um, of that box. So let's see how it works on the mouse move event. Just open it. Now you can see it is giving me move your mouse over me. So you can see that is given as a title here, and here span message is given for that, move your mouse over me. So now whenever I try and move my mouse over this box, it will give you the x and y coordinates on that box. You can see here, and the background color is turning to red, which we have given here. So like this, it is triggering the mouse move command, means moving over the box, it will give you the coordinates of x and y which we want from our program. So this is an example for mouse move events. Likewise, we have seen all these four example, executed those one by one. Here all four examples are executed. So these are the some basics of mouse events we use while doing the JavaScript programming. So thank you so much for watching the video.